Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm Liz from TréLiz, and I'm very excited to be here today and welcome you to this February podcast. So, if you're a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a follower, welcome back. So, how are you? How have you been? I've been great lately. I dyed a lot of things. I knitted quite some things, and yeah, I also have a finished object to show you today. Oh my god, yes! But today isn't going to be a regular podcast. I was thinking on maybe talking about sweaters that I would like to do, maybe that I won't do necessarily in 2018, but I would like to do, and yes, and I will try to make them in 2018. But because there's always coming up new patterns, some might, switch and then new ones might come. So this podcast today is more about that and a bit of sweater talk. And yes, and then I'll show you some things that are my finished object, of course, and a couple of things that I'm doing, and a few news that will be coming up in the shop section. Yes! So, should we go on? So, of course, I have my little notebook and the patterns that I'm going to talk about. Well, actually, it wasn't very hard to do this list because, of course, on my Ravelry favorites, there are so many things that I want to do, and especially sweaters, because as I've already said in this podcast, I was in a sweater phase around 3 years ago, I think, and then it was all about shawls, and then last year I wanted to make sweaters, but I never got around them because I was swept by the shawls craziness. And yeah, so my craving for sweaters is even bigger this year, and I'm actually kind of doing it. So I'm very happy. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about 6 sweaters in particular, and then there are 3 others because I don't know why everybody's talking, my top 9 photos, my make 9, everything is about the number 9. So I said, okay, let's talk about 9 sweaters that I really love. 3 of them are going to be secret test knits, so I'm gonna talk about them when the time will come. And one of them is actually going to be a secret test knit in March. So yes, it's coming up very, very fast. So I will be talking about 6 sweaters. So the 3, as I said, are secret tests. So 9 minus 3 equals 6. Yeah. So some of them are, 1 is already done. Yeah. 2 are already cast on. Yes. And the other ones are some that you know very well. I think all of them, you might know them very well. So I'm very excited to talk about this. I was thinking on, showing you a picture like when I'm talking about it on my phone, but I think the best thing is maybe like, saying the name of the pattern, put a picture of it, and then talking about more about it. So the first one, of course, is the Mart Magic Sweater by Stephen West, the one and only. And you know that I've cast it on, but I haven't finished. Yes, because on my previous podcast I said that I shamefully didn't work on it. But it's okay, it's gonna happen, right? Yes. So the Mart Magic Sweater, if you don't know about it, it's a sweater that is made holding two strands together, either fingering and lace. But I think if you really want a chunky sweater, you can do it also with two worsted yarns. Like, I think the combinations are endless, and it's made like a puzzle, like section 1, then section 2, then section 3, and this creates a beautiful effect of colors and shapes and textures, because each part has another stitch pattern, and so it's beautiful, and I really can't wait for mine to be done, but I'm sure it's gonna be awesome whenever it is done. Yes, what do you think? Right? Maybe I should see how many sections it has, and maybe I can do 2 or 3 sections per month or something like that, so I can have it until the end of year. Yes, because for now I'm like, it's beginning of February, I have time, but then suddenly it's end of October and I'm like, oh, I haven't done it and I really want it. Yeah, oh yeah. The second one is my finished object, and the name is Mon Manet, and it's designed by one of the ladies of the wonderful Len magazine, and her name is, I'm looking at my notes because I never remember her family name and I'm not sure how it's pronounced, so it's Jonah Hietala. Yes, so I think it's Hietala, it's pronounced Hietala or Hitala, maybe the E isn't pronounced, but it's a very simple sweater, and it's actually a fun knit because it's iron weight, and I always wanted an iron sweater, and I stumbled upon their test knit thread, and I said, okay, I can do it. And because it was a collaboration with La Bien-Aimée, Aimée kindly asked me if I wanted some of her yarn to make it like, you know, an original one, and I said yes, of course, I would love that. And then she asked me which colorway would I like, and she just put some names of her colorways, and without knowing the names and what colorway goes with it, well, some of them I knew, like for example Tang, it's orange, and because I love orange I knew that, but weirdly enough I didn't pick the orange one. I said I want Everything is Awesome, and Everything is Awesome was indeed. So the sweater is very simple. It starts from is it, yes, it's a top down, but then you have to pick up to make, you know, the neckband, and it's a garter sweater. It's knitted like round on the round, and then it's folded upside down. So it's funny because for once the right side is usually the wrong side, because we are more accustomed to have the jersey showing up as the right side. So it makes this really fun, creative, kind of like snowflakes, colors of snow, yeah. And I really like it, but I have to admit that because I like the color to show up a bit more, I like to put mine upside down. Well, upside down. You kind of not really know that it is upside down. That's the marvel of this sweater, and that's what I love about it, is that I can wear it inside out, upside down, doesn't mean anything. So those are the colors. I was thinking that this stitch is like wrong, but it's actually the color that is a bit brighter than the others, the gray, and I really like it. I wore it 2 days at a row. I haven't blocked it, so the sleeves are a bit higher, but I am pretty sure with a bit of blocking it's gonna be amazingly perfect. Yes, perfect. So thank you, Len Magazine, Jonah, and Aimée from La Bien-Aimée for giving me this opportunity to have a test knitted for you, and I can have a sweater very fast. And I was craving really for an iron sweater so much. I was kind of searching for an iron sweater, a very simple one, just like this one, I think since mid of October. but I wanted to make like bold stripes. But yeah, I might do that with this pattern, but you know, dividing it in bold straps. And I was thinking on doing that with my Gaia yarn base, which is a tweedy one. Yes, so it will be like semi-solids or solids, and you know, the speckles of the tweed, or I don't know, maybe I'll do a crazy one. It's really simple. I did it like 9 days, so literally very, very doable if you commit to it. And yes, it was a really, you know, relaxing knit, very cool, very nice. It's very warm, I really like it, and I'm totally letting you do it. So yes, for example, if I had done this video in beginning of January, I didn't even know that it would be released or that I would be test knitting, and I already have a sweater. Yes, I'm very excited. That's why I'm saying this list might change a lot, but we'll see. Okay, so the next one, it's a cardigan. Cardigans, I love them. I have one cardigan, I think, only that I've knitted. Yes, shameful, right? But it's okay. I really love it. It's a pattern from Meiju. I will try to find the name over here. And yes, and I really love it. I love it. I wear it all the time, you know, and it's a sport weight. It's my Dionysus yarn base, and I really love it. I also have two other ones that are commercially, you know, I bought them, they were commercially made, and I just wear them, you know, around the house when I'm outside. It's a bit colder, and then I put my coat on. So I really like cardigans. What I don't like about cardigan is, of course, the famous pearl rose on the wrong side. So I was dyeing up some skeins, I think 10 days ago, and I was watching Katie's Inside Number 23 podcast, and she was talking about her forest cardigan, and I was like, you know, and I was just dying and listening to her, and then she said, I love this cardigan, this gartered cardigan. So I was like, oh, garter cardigan, okay, let's see which one. Oh, a forest cardigan, okay, let's write it down so I can look at it. And people, I really like it. It's so cute and fairly simple. It's a garter cardigan, and it has this beautiful cable in the sleeves and two pockets with a beautiful also cable. So I was thinking that it's been a long time that I haven't do a bit of cabling, and that will that will put me in the right mood, you know, having a fair simple cardigan, but with some, you know, tweaking with the cable and spicing a bit, you know, the knit, because if it's only garter, I'm kind of bored too. So yes, I can be a very complicated person. Sometimes I want something complicated, sometimes I want something simple, sometimes but I guess everybody is like that, right? And it's a worsted cardigan, so it's gonna be a heavier one, a warmer one, and yes, I would love to make it soon, but yes, I don't know. There are some other things that are coming first, so yes, I have no idea when that will be. I am thinking also making it in my Gaia iron base. No, the DK one, sorry, not the iron one. And so it's my Superwash Merino and Donegal nib, so it's a tweedy yarn base. So I'm thinking either doing it with this yarn base or either with my Hera, which is the plain Superwash Merino. But I don't know. I haven't yet decided which color. I think I would like it to have it like maybe reddish, like my bluebird colorway. Where is my bluebirds? Did I sold all my bluebirds? I I did. Good for me. I didn't realize. I have to dye more then. Okay. Or maybe my Yarngasm, which is this burgundy, but make it maybe even a more deep. Okay, this is blowing out because I'm just in front of the window because it's a very grayish day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I will do it. Maybe also with my Outlander, which is no, there's Emily. Yeah, here he goes. Outlander, so a forest green with some speckles. I don't know. I really like it. Oh, that will go very well with the name, forest cardigan. Okay, so I don't know. We'll see. I think yeah. Maybe until then, I've got a new colorway, which actually I have some new colorways. That could be so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, maybe it also can be a fading one. Like, why fade only the fade things, right? Okay. Then is my True Friend sweater that I have already casted on, and it's summer over here where it is. Okay. I'm gonna come back. Oh yes, my true friend that I haven't worked since last time. True Friend has 2 squared panels, and it's a very interesting construction. So if you want something fairly simple, but it has some construction work and keeps things interesting, that's a sweater for you. So this is the back and this is the front panel. And then you go all around making those beautiful stripes. Everything is tangled up. My stripes are fairly fading one into another, but I really like it. And yes, I'm doing it out of snail yarn that I really like. Yeah, it actually doesn't look but anything like a sweater right now, but it's gonna be a sweater and it's gonna be beautiful, right? Yes. Woohoo! So yes, my True Friend, I wanted to do it since it first was appeared, you know, in the world and in the interpretations. I don't even remember which book, maybe the 3rd one, yes. And I wanted to do it, but I never got around to it. So yes, so I'm kind of happy because this one and the other one that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes, I'm sure that I'm gonna make them and pull through. So yes, we'll see about the other ones. Okay, number 5 is one of my favorite designers ever to collaborate, Meiju. Yes, I love you, Meiju. And it's the Ancasta. Ancasta was a design for Lane magazine, I think for the first issue actually. And the first picture of the pattern is a dress. Okay, let's be realistic. I'm not doing a dress. For sure, not yet, at least, not yet. Maybe I'm gonna start working on this pattern. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm not fed up with it. I can do, you know, another 10 repeats. Like, I don't know how many, but you know, for example. But knowing me, usually I'm kind of fed up until, you know, this part. So I'm like, okay, just a bit more, just a bit more. You can do it, just a bit more. So yes, that's not gonna be probably a dress, but you can stop over here and make a beautiful version of a sweater, and I really like it. And again, there is some beautiful cables. So Meiju, if you don't know her work, has beautiful patterns, has beautiful shawls, has beautiful sweaters, and usually they have those beautiful and intricate cable patterns. So yes, for me, she's amazing. I don't know how she does it, but it's amazing. And one of my beautiful, amazing, most loved sweaters from all times it's the someday sweater, and it's actually one of her patterns, and I had this knitted for her back then, and I was a fair beginner of cabling. So I kind of do a bit more cabling, as you can see on my choices, and on the forest cardigan and on Casta, but I don't want something crazy cabling right now. She also has a beautiful cardigan with a hood that I love so much, and I would love to do, but it has so many cables that, yeah, I don't think that realistically I can put it on my list. So I'm not, and I'm putting it in Casta, yes. And also we're talking about doing another collaboration, but it might come about the end of the year, so I'm very excited. I love whatever she does, and I love her ideas, and I really love her. So if you don't know her, please go and check her out, yes. And the sixth is one that many people has already knitted or has the yarn for it, but at the time I didn't care for it, not because I didn't like it, but for two other reasons. So the sweater that I'm gonna talk is the famous So Faded by Andrea Mori. So when the Find Your Fade came out, I was drawn to it because of the color, but I was like, okay, it's a very simple shawl. I have shawls. It's kind of repetitive. I might get bored, but then I said to myself, yes, but think about the color changes. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna cast on. Of course, I cast it on, and then I was bored immediately, because for me it was, at the time, I didn't want something so simple, whatever that means. And don't get me wrong, it's a very enjoyable pattern, but for me at the time it wasn't the thing that I really wanted to do. So I was keeping things interesting for me by changing colors like every 5 or 10 rows. It was like, okay, I'm done with it. Next color. Okay, I'm done with it. So I ended up having this beautiful, very colorful shawl, but because at the time I don't know, my mind wasn't on it, and it's a very simple pattern. Like, I don't know why. I had so many mistakes on it. I was like, I was feeling like a failure on it. And I was like, okay, Liz, you know, I think you just followed the crowd and you weren't ready to do that. And it's kind of a pity, because you like the color transitions and everything. And I finally, because when I was in France, and there was this woman, Sylvie, and she really liked it. And I actually gifted her my Find Your Fade. And it's so funny, like, I really didn't care for it. I was like, okay, you really like it genuinely with its mistakes and everything, take it, it's yours. So one thing, it was that I didn't want to be caught in this wave, because a lot of people were doing it, and of course I love the results, but I was more in, yes, at the time it wasn't something that I really wanted to cast on immediately. So I was trying to get a bit of distance of that. And then secondly, it was that I had finished my breathing space, and I was thinking, I want a sweater that has a bit more body at the time, because fingering and single yarn sweaters aren't that, you know, warm. They don't have a body of warmthness that I was seeking at the time. So, but my breathing space, I wear it, you know, in the transitional seasons, of course, spring and autumn, but in Greece, because in the summertime we are in an island and it blows a lot of wind, and usually it's northern wind, it's kind of chilly. So you want this little fingering sweater is perfect for you. So I was thinking now to make maybe a knit along, or you know, doing some kits for it and go with it and make the shorter so faded version. And because I know that a lot of people around me were talking about it, and you know, they were telling me, don't you want to do some kits? And because it was a thought that I was actually, you know, kind of working on it, because I thought, okay, it's almost a year after, you know, the release. Would people really would want some kits? You know, does the effort, you know, will have results, you know? And I said, okay, you never know until you try it. So I'm thinking on having 4 or 5 color combos to propose to you, and some of them are composed with old colorways, some with old and new colorways, and some are only new colorways. Yeah. So I've already decided 3 of the 5 combos, and I can show them today to you. So are you ready? Are you okay? So the first one, I'm going to show it. It's with old colorways, and okay, I'm just gonna show it all together over here, like this. Actually, these ones are dyed in my silk single Psyche, and I was thinking, because it's going to be for me a summer wear, I was thinking on maybe proposing either having it on the single thread Zeus Superwash Merino single, or maybe the Superwash Merino single with silk Psyche. So but I'm not sure if I'm gonna really do that. Maybe you can, you know, let me know in the comments if you would be interested in that. So those I have a bit of extra shine because they have silk on them. And this is, oh my god, it's blowing out so much, and it's such a great day. I was worried that it wouldn't show. So big fish. How can I show you? Okay, this is the color of big fish. So it's a yellowish, mustardish, bright color. Okay. Then is Pants of Labyrinth, which is, as you can see, is a yellow, reddish, greenish colorway. Then comes Fraser. So Fraser is a very tricky colorway because it goes into 2 baths. The first bath that it goes, it's kind of brownish, and the second bath that it goes, it's kind of bluish. So sometimes this colorway might turn up to be a bit more brownish or more bluish, depending the baths. This one is a bit more bluish, as you can see. But however, even if it becomes a bit more brownish, it will go perfectly with the next one, which is Outlander. So Outlander is this green speckled yarn, moss green. So it goes really nice. I love this. Oh my god, I really like those earth tones. And then there's Emily, a simple solid moss color. So it's actually a fun one because I just realized that it starts and it ends with a semi-solid colorway, and the 3 in the middle play with colors. But I really like this one, and it was actually while I was packing some orders that I come up with this beautiful color combination, and I think it's kind of, you know, fun because you have light and darker colors kind of differently, but they go so well together in more earth tones. Yes, I really like it. So this is the first one, and this one is one combo with only old colorways. The next one is a very bright one. I'm sorry, but I didn't have the time to dye. Actually, they're just drying. to have a Pollock dyed in my single base. So I just have one over here in my sock base just to show you the colorway. So over here, it's a very pinkish color combination, and it's fair. Oh my god, it blows up so much. Okay, so those are very light pinkish ones, the background of them, except this one that is white. So this is an already known colorway. Suffragettes. Okay, maybe I should do some, I don't know. Let's try this. I'm gonna do some, yes. So this is Suffragette, which is a very light pink. Then there's Suffragette with light speckling, very light speckling. Then there's this one that has a bit more of speckles into the reddish tones and earth tones. Then we spice a bit things up with a bit of purple and green. And then in the end there's Pollock, which is a more vibrant speckle. So I'm sorry for this. Yeah, I didn't really realize that it would be so much light blown, but yeah, if I podcast the usual way, nothing would be seen. Oh my god, it's really, woo, it's fluorescent. Yes, but here you can't see anything. Okay, so it's a very, very light one. I will take some pictures and try to put the colorways in between. So I'm very excited because I usually don't like pink. I don't like baby pink, but this isn't really baby pink. It's so subtle and it's like salmonish. Salmonish. Please, there's no such word. Okay, so, and I really, really like it. And then with the speckling, and I really, really love it. Yes, I'm kind of happy with myself. Yeah. Okay. And here is one color combo that has only new colorways. And I'm not sure, haven't decided yet, because I have two other color combos to do to decide which one is going to be mine, but I think this one is going to be most probably mine. So over here, because you know it, I'm a sucker for orangey, yellowish, purplish colors. So should I start from the lighter one and go to the darker one? Yes, let's do that. So here we go. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so clumsy today, but we have to do a bit. Yes, we're going to write it, there is no problem. I'll just put the skeins on me so it's a bit easier. Okay, so here we go. This one is number 1. This is number 2. I have no idea how to name them, but we'll see. Okay, 2. Number 3 has a bit more gray in it. And this is number 4. And this is number 5, a bit more darker gray. So a big discussion that I had with a friend of mine, and was, yes, but you know, some people might need like fewer skeins and other people, you know, more skeins. So I decided to have 5 skeins in every set for 2 reasons. Because even if maybe you're a smaller size and maybe this is the combo that you decide on, but you can do it taking out the second and the fourth, and you can do it with this, or you can go just to the lighter version or the three darker ones, and then you can add those in a shawl, or add the darker and the lighter into a shawl, or something else. So because having to propose kits in different sizes, it's going to be kind of hellish for me to make the kits, and it's going to be a bit more difficult for me to dye. And if I make it a bit more difficult, that means that I will have to count and make sure that these skeins have to be for as much kit for the big size and the smaller size. And I just like to keep things simple, just because it's a bit easier for me to make them like that. I would, if you have a problem or whatever, and you would like a smaller kit, and or you really would like those, I will be sure to dye a few more and have them as a private, each colorway as their own. But the kits are going to be in 5 skeins, so everybody can make them whatever they want. Even if you need only 3 skeins to make it as for the metrage, but you might want to alternate skeins and colors, and you know, have all the colors in a smaller size, you can do it. And yes, so I'm very sorry because some of you might find this, you know, to be a bit more expensive because it has 5 skeins, but it's just that it's a bit more simple for me. But I will try to dye, no, I won't try, I will dye definitely more of each colorway when I make them, and you can also purchase them separately and do your own thing. They will go on pre-orders, I think, next week at some time. I will let you know. And I also dyed up some minis for me to make swatches while I'm in France with my grandmother. So I will be posting the swatch progress on my Instagram and Facebook, wherever you follow me. So that might also help you decide which one you'd like. Yes! Okay. Maybe we can have also one kit as a giveaway. So what do you say? So, okay, I know that there are going to be 2 other color combos, but you can help me maybe decide. No, not this. What should be the giveaway questions? Okay, the 4th combo, I think it's gonna be more blue, and the other one maybe more red. Yes, I think so. We'll see. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just gonna be just one more, and it's gonna be a bluish one. Yes, I think that's fair. Okay, what did I said before? I don't even remember what I'm saying. That's crazy. Okay, the giveaway could be, the question of the giveaway would be just simple. Yeah. Which color combo do you like of those 3? Yes. And then you might win one. What do you say? Okay, let's do that. Which colorway from those 3 you like more? And whenever I post on Instagram the others, or when the pre-orders are up, you can tell me, oh, I prefer this one. Yes, yes. And let's say when the pre-orders, no. Let's say, and in the next podcast, wherever that might be, because it will definitely be in beginning of March, because I'm going in France to see my grandmother, I will announce the winner. Yes? Good. I'm very excited now. Yeah! Okay, yes. That's my face when I do giveaways. I am giving a giveaway for my set of Valentine's sock on Instagram, and actually I will have announced the winner until this goes up. I haven't drawn it yet, but if you're interested, there are a few more sock kits for Valentine's Day, and it is called Tainted Love. Yes. And this is the main color paired with a beautiful lime colorway and a little sweet watermelon. I didn't really realize that it was, you know, kind of a sweet and sour colors, the minis, but I really like them. And I actually worked on socks, and not the socks that I casted on my trip. Yes, I will make an afterthought heel. I was debating maybe doing a long tube and then, you know, cut it. But I said, it's okay. I will do, yes. But I'm thinking over here not to put the lime, but to put the watermelon color over here. And the other one, yesterday I just cast it on. And it's going to be a watermelon one over here and the cuff and a lime heel. So, yeah. They're going to be matchy, but not really, you know, matchy. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. Yay! So this is the Tainted Love sock kit. Well, we can call it a kit, but it's not really a kit. It's just my Valentine beautiful colorway Tainted Love with those beautiful babies. Yes. I also doing a test knit for yes, I started talking about something else because I was thinking I will only talk about sweaters, but come on, I want to show you what I'm doing. Is it that bad? No, it isn't. So I'm doing a test knit. It's this Aztec maze hat. It's beautiful. It's from 2 Arrows, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm doing it with my, okay, let me show you my yarn bowl that a friend made me. How cool is it? Oh, it's kind of heavy. I love it. It's a little fox. Okay, and I'm doing it with my Gaia yarn base in DK. Okay, I don't want to break my yarn bowl, so I will put it down here. And the pattern has started because I'm thinking on giving it to my grandmother. I didn't want a crazy contrast, so I'm very happy with it. Yes, and it's just 20 repeats the color work, so it goes pretty fast. I'm already in row number 20, so only kind of 30 rows of color work, and then some rows, you know, to decrease, and that's it. How cool, right? Yes. Okay, on my last podcast I usually talk about you know, books that I've read and all this, but with all the other news that I've shared, I didn't talk about it. So I finished my Sister's Keeper while we were in Sri Lanka. I love it. It's beautiful. It talks about sister love and some weird stuff that can happen when someone is in crisis with health issues in a family. And then I downloaded on my Kindle Blood Sisters. I didn't know anything about it. I just saw a lady in at the beach that she was reading it, and I said, okay, I can read that, Blood Sisters. You know, I have a sister, so maybe that says something. Maybe I'm having like a sister's mood thing. I don't know. So it's cool. I just kind of started it. It doesn't have, it has a bit of mystery, but I don't know yet much. And of course, I started the second book of the Century trilogy by Ken Follett. I love it, and we're talking about Hitler time here. So it's a bit more serious, but I love it so far. So that was kind of my news, my needs, my want to do. I've also purchased a book, and it has lots of sweaters inside of it. So yes, definitely this little list might change, but it's okay, right? That's why we love being knitters, because we can change our minds and we can do this one day, want this one day, then do another thing and be crazy with it. And you know, people, just be creative and you know, just have fun. Have fun, okay? Because color is power, fiber is our weapon, and we're doing this to empower us and feel us comfortable and experiment and have fun, okay? Thank you a lot for coming and watching. I don't know if that was a very crazy, interesting podcast for you, as I talked about, you know, sweaters, and you might be in your sock phase or your show phase, but it's okay. I'm in my sweater phase and I just wanted to share it. Okay. Thank you again for watching. You can find my yarns in TréLiz.eu. I'm TréLiz_colorspower on Instagram, and in every other place I'm just TréLiz. So Ravelry, Twitter, Facebook, just plain TréLiz. Okay? Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Colors power. Yay!